Losing sleep over your online business? Discover unique simple techniques to explode it fast. Think of your online presence as your 24/7 unpaid salesperson who makes you money around the clock and asks for nothing back. Well, nothing but your diligence, creativity, and will to set up and activate. What do we mean? You are your offline representative for your online business. You need an online rep since you can't be both. Catch my drift? Here's where you can start, regardless of what your level of experience is. I personally understand and can relate to the entrepreneurial analysis paralysis that kills so many valid and downright amazing dreams and goals, and if you don't want to end up as a statistic of this industry, then note these 6 pointers. 1. How to understand and solve the beginner's problem. Understand who you are and what peculiar and individual gift you have to give your community and the world at large. Times are changing. Specifically, we have mostly transitioned from the industrial to information age, and that means even in making a living such as your own online sales business. Get accustomed to the internet, plan to learn a few necessary but simple skills, and raise your intellectual cap to benefit your financial gap. Understand there's nothing for free, especially not the good stuff. Decide to become a giver so you can qualify to be a multiple receiver. Increase the amount of light, knowledge, you can hold and radiate, as it is a great gift to you and the world. Every moment you spend giving increases your success in life. Understand why you want to and should be who/what you are envisioning. Start telling yourself that you are a creative person. Your creativity and imagination are 2 important keys in making a better reality for yourself, and when you utilize them, you can and will expand your ideas on what is possible for you to have and thus create that better life for yourself. Also, plan to spend a few bucks, around $50, to get yourself started. Nothing comes from nothing is as true in the movie Sound of Music as it is in reality. Not only those few bucks, but your ability to generate new ideas and thus change your circumstances is what will take you to higher levels in your life and work. An awesome resource on how to start this part of your journey can be found on this part of YouTube. Point 2. Discover and know the underlying issues. Involved. How do you view yourself and how should you? There is a higher purpose to your life, a special contribution you came to make. One part is to grow, the other, to serve humanity in some way. Believe you deserve to have the best life you can imagine, and consequently, be open to allowing and accepting good things into your life. What should you focus on knowing? For you as a person to be able to connect with the precise, universal spiritual energies/frequencies, you have to be willing to have your life take on a higher order. Focus on knowing what your life's work really is, by examining the skills you love to use, the things you love to do, and the areas you are naturally drawn to. Understand that whatever you love to do will also serve others in some way, for it is the nature of the universe that when you use your highest skills you automatically contribute to others. Who else, apart from yourself, should you focus on knowing? Whatever higher force you subscribe to, and yourself, are the most important entities to get to know. Gladly, all the attention you'd have to pay to achieve this is within. Your dreams, fantasies, and visions are not to be considered vain and merely wishful, but honored as messages from the deepest part of your being as your life's work and what you actually came to do here. It therefore goes to book that aligning yourself with that higher force will guide you to take the actions that will produce the results you want. Listen within. How do you learn? Should you change your learning process? Observe rather than follow. We all each have our purpose and a particular path to it, so don't follow leaders of any dimension blindly, as they may be blind themselves and mislead you into a ditch, or may not desire your achievement of similar position and will therefore withhold helpful information. Watch and learn, they say. Especially when it comes to online sales ideas, take action only when your feeling is inviting, open, and positive about an idea. This calls for self-education on particulars. I have successfully used YouTube for such keywords with no regrets. Point 3. Discover 5 little-known ways guaranteed to put your mind and money together. Get an idea of what logical end you want to achieve. Easily identify a leader/leadership stats in your choice of industry and amass quality information on what it takes or is necessary to get to that point. Take time to be quiet and listen to your thoughts and feelings to make your life more peaceful and work in better ways. Your strong why should be the driver to your courses of action. Find more information here. Figure out how to best fit yourself for your place in society. No one can take it or replace it, just you, but you can't be effective unless you're at your best. Achieving your industry business goal/position will invariably depend on how well you fit into your place in society. Given, a few obstacles will surface to provide you with the opportunity to become stronger and more definite about your goals. However, if you find too many closed doors, or are drained and exhausted with your efforts, or feel like you're doing something because you have no other choice, stop. Look for something else you've been wanting to do. If you want a particular result, do everything that your inner messages are indicating. Then, surrender and let the best happen. Assess if, and how, you've been wrong in your perspective of yourself, other people, especially your prospects, what life is, and how business and money work, both offline and online. Do you make the mistake of letting fate decide what will happen to you? Alignment with the higher force requires you to set goals, decide on the results you want, and take action. You have a highly developed will for this reason. The wiser you use it, the more able you create your higher path and carry out its necessary actions. How do you go about fixing your old mindset, and what are the tools you should use? Self-education is key. Observe, don't just blindly follow your targeted proven industry leaders. Take time to contemplate on and reason with any information you encounter, as information is knowledge and knowledge applied is power. There are indeed many folks in our industry who claim to be leaders and have many followers, but the proven leaders don't have to identify themselves and have most likely not approached you. Learn to see the bigger picture of things and trust your inner insights to make your life work in better ways. An important reminder is to not look to other people for validation, because your insights are beyond the mass thought. At some point, everyone you know may applaud you and tell you what a great idea you have, but do not wait for this support to believe in and act upon your ideas. Develop that courage to believe in yourself and your insights, doing things as you see best and not as others tell you to. How to set up your business the right way for yourself. There's 3 things universally agreed upon by majority of the 6- and 7-figure earners online that you need: a weblog/blog, hosting, and an autoresponder to automate your ever-ready salesperson weblog. Reason behind this is to establish yourself and your online business as a real tangible brand/force to respond to. You'll have valuable information for those that need it, be available 24/7 for sales and service, even when you're personally not, and keep your customers engaged professionally and effectively. One of my favorite teachers explains this in detail here. Also, don't forget to maximize your online presence for increased to maximum online traffic results by mastering the very important search engine optimization skill. 4. What's the best way to become consistent and profit? Understand and utilize the slight edge effect. Anything and everything you do, and don't do, for whatever reason, keeps tallying and adding up to a full effect within the reason. In other words, your actions yesterday decided your situation today's, and sure enough, your actions today will decide your situation tomorrow. Believe it or not, it's plain truth. Never give up. Every time you feel like quitting your venture, remember why you started it, who it is for, what it can and will be able to do for you once it catches on. When it succeeds, so do you, where you'll be at that time, and how much worse off you'll be without it in the first place. When it comes to other people, everybody can use more love. Do not take offense if people are rude or unkind or seem like they're trying to hurt your feelings. Learn to stop reacting to others' unkindness, rudeness, or lack or consideration for you. Comfort yourself by affirming your truth. Quitting on yourself is not an option. Love yourself even if your own response is not as good as you'd like. Rather than criticizing yourself and others for your faults and theirs, realize that you have the opportunity to raise your own vibration by loving them. Open yourself to love and you will experience a more beautiful world all around you. 5. No more guessing and losing sleep. The BREAKTHROUGH say goodbye to your online marketing anxieties. The morning breaks right after the darkest part of night. Depending on the season, sunlight comes earlier than expected, or later. Either way, if you can hang on with determination and commitment, your sunrise of success is imperative. The interesting link between success and spirituality is they come in any form. Allow them to manifest in whichever form they come to make your life easier. Once you've established your online presence as your own personal go-to entity/brand, traction should be an afterthought. And once you're where you should be, please stop limiting yourself by wondering how long this will last. Challenge yourself to imagine things becoming even better, as that is what it means by living life in abundance. Also, it would do you good to realize and appreciate the fact that you got yourself there, and in the process you didn't wholly depend on what other people do, like depending on an upline/downline in network marketing. Believe that unlimited abundance exists for everyone, for it does. People give love and service in the ways they want to receive it. Their giving may not always match your picture of what you want, so learn to recognize love and success in all the ways they're given. Lastly, give all the people in your life permission to be who they are. As you do, you increase your own ability to love and accept yourself just as you are. Do not undermine or suppress your desires, especially at this level of your journey, especially the desire to grow. I know you may have heard that to desire anything is wrong. Yet, your desires teach you many things about yourself and the nature of reality. If you desire, for example, things that cause you suffering, then that suffering will cause you to desire things that bring you joy. Even fulfilling material desires can create spiritual growth, and the beauty of this is that when you master how to manifest your material desires, you will ultimately come to realize that material objects, prestige, fame, and wealth have little value unless they serve your higher purpose. Point 6. Who else wants to keep building and moving on? Master yourself and your business. Don't waste time on what doesn't work. Once you realize, find what works and put it to use. Don't be negative about other people and businesses that you don't agree with. Instead, channel that energy towards growing yourself and your financial/business value. Don't be a hater, rather be an avid observer. Always keeps your listening ear, observant eye, and teachable mind open, especially around proven leaders in your industry of choice. Things are always changing, particularly online. Keep learning. If you want to grow, it is important that you examine your beliefs about growth, have an open mind and flexible beliefs. Create and maintain a predictable schedule for input, response, and engagement with your readers. And also personal time to rest, build, and grow yourself spiritually/personally. And as an entrepreneur, family time is very important, so don't ignore it either. Most successful online marketers have few and varying work hours. Either way, make your everyday life work in all its aspects, as that's an important part of spiritual growth. Set goals in whichever domain/area of your business you desire to achieve more traffic/leads, more sales and ads/product, etc. And work on achieving those. Of course, you see the big picture, and that's where you want to get, so because of that, make sure all the minor details and steps in the process are accounted for to the best of your ability, one by one. As you grow spiritually/consciously, you will gain many tools to create real results in the physical world. Your spiritual growth will contribute to your mastery of living, allowing you to live with more joy, aliveness, and love. Any energy you spend on your own growth will come back to you multiplied. The more you work on your spiritual growth, the more you will manifest what you want. Make it a point to connect carefully with other entrepreneurs in your industry as an anchored entrepreneur with valuable knowledge to offer in connection with deep interest to help/relate, and also to learn new/other ways to grow yourself and your business. Stop for a moment and make a commitment to your growth and that of others. Be thankful and pay it forward/give back with every opportunity you get. Decide to search for, find, motivate, and educate other people to their success. Share your knowledge. You have heard this before. Wash, rinse, repeat. You can create any reality you want. There are no limits to what you can have. Your successful online business.